Hello and welcome to TalkFCB and welcome to the brand new season right here on the channel. It will be my 12th season here on TalkFCB, and I know so many of you have been along for the entire journey, and I appreciate each and every one of you here with me today, and I cannot wait for the new campaign. I cannot wait here to see Barca click into action again as we enter another campaign of Hansi Flick ball. And look, last season, it was unbelievable. It was unforgettable. And Barca were unstoppable in so many ways. But something tells me that this season, this time around, we may be about to embark on something that could be even greater than that. So get yourselves ready, strap yourselves in, and enjoy this incredible roller coaster of emotions. We are ready. The team are ready. Let's do this. But indeed, guys, today's video is coming to you courtesy of Cooper. Because have you noticed that in general here, it's not just the price of football transfers that have gone up in today's day and age. It's not just the price there of the kits either, the tickets, or the endless subscriptions required just to watch football these days. But no, it's the price of everything. Everything has skyrocketed, and that is where I believe Coopert can help you. Because I'm sure that you do shop online. I do, probably too much. At times it does get a bit out of hand. But if you are shopping online, you're often wondering when you get to the checkout, aren't you? Is there a discount code? Is there something here that could maybe bring this total down a bit? I'd like that. Well, Coopert will bring all of those coupons, all of those savings right to your door. They will apply them automatically to all of your orders online simply by using their browser extension there. And it's incredibly easy to use. It's so useful there when you are shopping online with all of these different websites, and it is completely free as well, guys. And I'm just wondering right now, should I suggest this to Joan Laporta? Maybe he could save a little bit of money there. Maybe the club could save money, a few euros that they can use on registrations. Hey, that's an idea. But if you would like to try Coopert for yourselves, get involved in the savings, follow the link in the description down below. That will take you there to the browser extension, and you can see the savings for yourselves. I hope it does help you guys. Happy shopping. But indeed, guys, on the eve of the brand new season, we actually have to begin with an injury scare that we suffered in training. But it wasn't a player. It was our very own Hansi Flick. He actually fell very awkwardly there and landed on his right hand, and that caused him a bit of an injury that actually had to be treated by Dr. Rickard Pruner. And that means right now that Flick is walking around, he's having to wear a splint on his right hand as he recovers. And I think if you listen really closely, you can hear the ferocious typing at Marca as we speak. Hansi Flick, he's got strapping on his right hand ahead of the new season. What on earth does this mean? That's right, Madrid. It's another year. It's another season. And we are coming for you. But of course, guys, on Saturday evening, it all does get underway again. And we have all been counting down. We've been looking at the calendar thinking, how many days is it now? How many minutes is it until Barca are well and truly back? And of course, we had pre-season games where I think personally Barca played very well. I think we had some really encouraging results, performances, some wonderful goals in pre-season. But there's nothing quite like competitive action. There's nothing quite like here getting back out there again in that competitive environment and showing what you can do. And Flick was very confident today in his press conference there. He said the team is ready, the team is focused. I've been encouraged by what I've seen on the training ground and in those pre-season matches. Believe you and I, we are ready. And that is what we're excited to see there. The game is going to be taking place at 7:30 local time on Saturday night. We are all ready, and we all cannot wait for this to get started again. And of course our opponents are going to be Mallorca. I think that's quite a tricky opening game, I've got to say, especially away from home. It can be quite a difficult place to go. Last season they finished 10th there in La Liga, and I thought they were very good last season, I've got to say. Very solid under Arrasate, and they will be led, don't forget here guys, by their biggest signing of the summer. And of course it's a man that we know only too well, Pablo Torre will already be lining up against her. He, of course, joined Mallorca permanently for a fee of €5 million this summer, and I'm fascinated to see how he does. I've got to say there, I think he's at a club now where he's going to get plenty of minutes and they're really going to make him feel important and valued in their team, and I think we are going to see his quality shine through in this La Liga season. But hey, Pablo, maybe not tomorrow though. You know, you can be brilliant, you can be absolutely world-beating all season if you want, but just not on Saturday. I think it's also going to be very important here this season that Hansi Flick does draw upon that past experience that he's had now, that past year in La Liga, understanding the opposition, understanding their stadiums that we're going to be travelling to and how different challenges are going to present themselves. And if we look here at the recent meetings that we had against Mallorca, our most recent one was back in April in round 33 of La Liga. Barca closed in on the title there after a slender 1-0 victory at Montjuic. That goal came courtesy of Dani Olmo's 9th in La Liga of the season, and that was also during a rare start for Ansu Fati. But I have to say, when it comes to the away fixture though, I mean, our visit to Son Moix last season, that's going to give us so much encouragement this time around. It was a scintillating performance back in December, because even though at half-time we were tied 1-1 after a first-half goal there from Ferran Torres, but it was one of those typical Hansi Flick second-half performances where we blew the opposition away. Mallorca did not know what to do. 2 goals there from Raphinha, 1 from Frenkie de Jong, and also 1 for Pau Victor. A 5-1 victory on the day. And like I say, that will give Barca confidence at this very stadium, in this very game last season. We were unstoppable, and we plan to do it again. But there are still plenty of key questions that we have of this Barcelona team ahead of the new season. And I think here, speaking of Raphinha, who was so key in that away game last season against Mallorca, I've had so many questions here about him, just like this one here from Abjit. Amazing support as always. He's always with me on the channel. He says, do you think that Raphinha will be able to replicate his level from last season? Will he be able to go to those same heights again? And I think that's a question here that so many people are wondering, and ultimately we don't know, but I just hope that he can, because I think you just look at him last season, I still don't think we fully appreciate how good it was. You know, I think at the end of the season, maybe other players took the spotlight, maybe other people now in terms of the Ballon d'Or, for instance, are taking centre stage. But Raphinha, he was unreal. I mean, he got 34 goals and 22 assists. Those are staggering numbers. Those are absolutely outrageous numbers for the season. He more than doubled and comfortably doubled his goal contributions from the previous season. And it wasn't just as though he was stat padding, for example. You know, it wasn't as though he was just taking lots of penalties and maybe he was scoring a lot of goals against the easier teams. Don't forget, he is most prolific in the Champions League, in the biggest of games, on the biggest stage of all. He stepped up for us and he led by example. And I hope that this season he carries on that trajectory. And quite honestly, I think that he can, because I think it's all about the mentality with him. He really has changed a lot as a player. He's grown, he's matured here, and I think he understands now he belongs at Barca. He has a concrete place in this team. He can really feel belief in himself. He gets a lot of confidence as well from Hansi Flick, and that's why I think he is going to be ready. I think he is going to be able to replicate those kinds of performances, that kind of level. It would be extraordinary, it would be incredible, but if anyone can, he can do it. But what about Hansi Flick's plans? What about looking right here at this game in the very near term? What is he thinking ahead of the very first game against Mallorca? And of course, this is actually quite a big lineup. You know, I know that we have a whole season to come. I know that we have so many games where we're going to see rotation. Every player is going to play their part. But I think every player will want to be in that first lineup. I think that sends out a message. I think it also shows that you've been doing well in training, in pre-season, that you've certainly there caught Flick's eye, and you want to be in that first starting lineup. It is going to be a big one. And of course, we start from the goalkeeper, the brand new goalkeeper at Barca. I just can't wait to see Joan García, and not just in this game, but right throughout the season. What is he going to bring to our backline? Is he going to be able to just convey more calmness? Because obviously we have the incredibly high line, we have the offside trap, we are going to play more risky football that we all acknowledge and we all pretty much enjoy, but that does put more pressure on your goalkeeper. And if they can bail you out of certain situations, if they can stand up there in those 1-versus-1 battles, you are going to go a long way. And I'm so excited to see everything that Joan García will bring in this coming season. Then at right back, I think you're looking at Jules Koundé right now and you're thinking, okay, if he's 100% fit, if he's 100% physically and mentally ready, you've got to play him in this game. Koundé is our starting right back. There's no getting around that. And like we said before, if he's at his best, he is an absolute asset on that right side. But of course, against Como, a few little question marks appeared. He looked a little bit jaded in that game. He looked a little bit bothered maybe by something. So hopefully Koundé is all okay and ready for this one. But if not, you know, Eric García is right there. Eric García, right throughout this season, is just going to be available all the time. Basically looking at Flick and saying, I'm here if you need me. I am available. I can step in. And it's not just about right back. He can play at centre-back too. He can play in defensive midfield. He is going to be that player who's always looking for a chance. And many times last season, he stepped up and he took it so well. At the heart of defence, of course, it's going to be another massive season for Pau Cubarsí. And he may only be 18 years old, but he is already a leader in this backline. And he's going to have even more responsibility. He's going to have even more authority in this team this season. And I'm just wondering here, with a whole season of experience now, more under his belt, I think we're going to see an even better player. I think we're going to see an even more improved version of somebody who's already an incredible young centre-back. But the big question is, who's going to partner him? Who's going to partner him here in this first game? And I've got to say right now, my gut feeling is that Ronald Araujo will get the nod over Andreas Christensen and over Gerard Martin. And I just feel that way because it seems like throughout pre-season, maybe Araujo was more of the favoured one. And I think it's a huge campaign for him. We've all spoken about it there. He wants to get back to his best level. I think that he can do. I think he's got the potential there to do that. But the only thing with Araujo and Cubarsí as a partnership is, with Araujo, he needs to play as the right centre-back. And what that means is that Cubarsí then is just shifted over to the left side, where he can play, where he can be comfortable, but maybe not as comfortable as he is on the right. And if you do play Christensen, if you do play Gerard Martin, you don't have to switch Pau Cubarsí. So that's something there to bear in mind, but I do expect it to be Araujo alongside Pau against Mallorca. And then, of course, we have Alejandro Balde. I mean, he was just outstanding last season, wasn't he, under Hansi Flick? He was just absolutely outstanding down that left-hand side, relentless energy, always involved in the final third. And also, quite crucially, he's pinpoint in the final third. He's getting more and more accurate there with that final ball. And that's what I want to see from him continue, because he has so much ability. He's got such a license there to get forward. I think he can be even more effective in the final third, because again, he's only 21 years old. Like so many players in this team, they are still growing. They are still learning. This experience is only going to help them, and especially the winning feelings of last season is only going to inspire and really push these players to brand new heights. And Flick, I think, can still be looking to improve Balde, but I think it's in midfield then, where things are going to get interesting. Things are going to be really fascinating in midfield, because wherever you look, there's quality, and that should produce some absolutely fantastic competition for places in these midfield positions. There's just so many players queuing up to make their impact, and we heard yesterday in the media, that's what Flick wants. Apparently right now, in the midfield area, only Pedri's spot in the team is pretty much rock solid. Pedri is the one who is sort of seen as being head and shoulders really above the rest, but outside of him, everybody's got a chance. Everybody's place is up for grabs. Anybody can find their way into this midfield. And speaking about Pedri, I mean, this guy's just unbelievable. You know, he's just absolutely incredible. It's not just about his ability, it's not just about his influence on games, but also think last season about the amount of minutes that he played, you know, especially given the fact that he was coming into last season off the back of really injury-hit campaigns. What Flick has done with him has been absolutely remarkable. And I just can't wait to see Pedri. He is one of those players ahead of the new season that I just want to see him. I have genuinely missed watching him play. He brings joy. You know, he brings life to our performances. He is like watching poetry out there. It's like art. And I cannot wait to see our man Pedri again, absolutely dominating midfield. But again, it's about who's going to partner him. There's so many players fighting for these spots. You've got Frenkie de Jong up against Marc Casado there in that deep-lying defensive position. And again, they're both incredible options. I mean, you could quite easily pick either of them right now. I think Marc Casado had a really good, really productive pre-season. And I'm so happy that the club are thinking of keeping him at the club. And of course, you've got Gavi as well. You know, he's in the mix as well. You can't forget forget what an excellent pre-season he had as well. I think in the coming campaign, we're going to see more of the best of Gavi. I think after the long-term injury, he's had a full pre-season here to get himself really, really ready now for the new campaign. And the beauty of him is that he can play in so many different areas. He is going to be an asset to the team. He's going to really help out Hansi Flick, and I think he is going to be heavily involved. And in the attacking areas, though, for me in this game, it's got to be Firmino. You know, of course, Dani Olmo is there, and he is also somebody who's going to be important for us. But Firmino right now, with the way that he's playing, with the form that he's carrying in from pre-season, you can't leave him out right now. You can't leave him out of the starting lineup. Somebody playing with this much confidence, carrying that momentum, and also, he scores goals. You know, when you're looking for a goal, when you're looking for the kind of game actually that suits him, it's one like this. It's away from home. The game might open up a little bit here. There might be little pockets, little openings for him on the edge of the box. You want him in those areas. You want him taking on those shots, taking on those opportunities. And Firmino, for me, absolutely has to start. And then it's on to the front three, because you've got Lamine Yamal. Now, it's gotten to the stage with Yamal, I honestly don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know how we're supposed to describe this young man, quite simply because we don't have much experience of this. It's not as though what he's doing, we can draw upon past experiences, past players. What he is producing, it's outrageous. It is incredible. And what is so exciting about him is that you look at his game, you look at the rate at which he's improving. It's rapid. He is getting better. He is not done yet. He's not reached his ceiling, anything like that. Every game, every experience that he's getting, he's drawing on that. And that's why he's improving the goal output. That's why his finishing is rapidly improving, and he's ramping up those numbers. And I just can't wait to see. I just cannot wait to see what is in store for us. What is Yamal going to do this season? How many goals is he going to score? How many assists is he going to provide? What new trick is he going to come up with that we just haven't seen before? Get seated, get ready, get yourselves comfortable, and enjoy the Lamine show. Of course, as well, there's Raphinha. We've already spoken about him. We've already spoken about how important he is going to be to the whole team. It's not just about him individually. It's also what he does without the ball, the way that he presses, the intensity that he brings, and he makes sure that everybody around him matches level. You know, that's what a leader does. That's why I think he should have been definitely in the consideration there for the captain's armband, because he raises the level and the intensity of others around him. So Raphinha, he is always going to remain a vital part, a vital cog of this Hansi Flick machine. And then the number 9, because there is still no Robert Lewandowski. He is going to be ruled out of this game there through injury. We've known that now for some time. Flick has been planning for life without him here at the start of the new season. And then is it going to be Marcus Rashford from the start? Because honestly, looking at the way the pre-season has gone, I think he's the most likely. We know what Ferran is capable of. We know that Ferran can certainly play that role well, and certainly off the bench he can have an extraordinary impact. But I think from the start, I would not be surprised to see Marcus Rashford. Now, let me be completely honest with you. As I'm recording these words, he is not registered. And that does concern me. It does worry me. And of course, I have been fretting about this now for day upon day upon day, as we all have. But you know what, right here, even though he's not registered, as I say this, he may well be now by the time you're watching it, and that's what we're going to do. I hope that he is. We are going to be positive about this situation. We are going to trust the club whenever it's done. How early before kickoff it's done, we don't know, but I'm going to be positive and think that he is going to be registered. Law of attraction, that's what we're looking for right here. We are trying to pull the good things in our direction by having that positive outlook. And Rashford, what a moment it could be for him on Saturday. Because I think when you look at this potential lineup right here, guys, again, it is very, very exciting to see the players that we have, to see the players that have improved and grown from last season, and then also see what we've added, you know, at both ends of the field there. Joan, García in goal, Rashford is the number 9, he gives you so much mobility, he is going to score goals, he is going to get chances, and I just think that front four, Firmino, Yamal, Raphinha, Rashford, so dynamic. You know, they're so able to operate in different areas, to sort of roam, to be flexible, to be fluid, but they've just got so much about them. If you're a defence lining up against those players there, with Pedri and Frenkie in behind them, supplying them with passes, I mean, you've got to think you're in trouble. You've got to think there that something bad is going to happen to me today, and I'm excited to see that lineup. I think that there is a real potential that we see it. There may be a few changes here and there, but let me know, guys, how would you line up if you were Barca in this situation here? If you're Hansi Flick, what would be your starting lineup? Because as we do move on to the all-important predictions, what I have to say first of all is a very happy birthday here to Jankov, who will be turning 22 years old today. So a very happy birthday to you, my friend. He is predicting a 4-0 win for Barca over Mallorca, and what a weekend it could be for him right there. But my prediction is going to be a little bit more conservative. I'm just going to try and just reel in the expectations a little bit. I think we all expect Barca to win by many goals. We always do. If Flick is the coach, we expect goals. It's as simple as that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was 4-0, if it was 5-1 again, something like that. It could happen, and I'd love to see it. But I'm just going to say here, nice conservative 3-1 victory for Barca. Let's get off the mark. Let's get those early 3 points we played before, Real Madrid, and even this early on in the season, let's start putting the pressure on. Let's throw down the gauntlet. Let's show what we can do, and let's get started again. We are nearly there. The new season is nearly upon us, and we are ready for whatever comes our way. So please do let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel right now? What emotions are you feeling? Is the blood pumping? Are the emotions elevated? Are there a few nerves within ahead of the start of the brand new season for Barca? We are going to experience every emotion, every kick of the ball here, and I cannot wait for another campaign alongside every single one of you. Thank you here, guys, for tuning in to the match preview. A big thank you as well to Cooper. Really, really helpful here on the channel. Please do check them out, and I will see you soon with lots more on the way. Let's do this. But until next time, as always, Veshka, El Barça.